If you're ready to level up your game and you want to do it on the go, then you'll need a laptop that's powerful, portable, and doesn't compromise on performance. And if you're searching for that perfect match, you're in for a treat. Today, I'm breaking down the top 5 best gaming laptops that'll give you the edge, wherever you are. Let's head right in. We start our list with the Gigabyte G6X, a serious gaming machine you can get your hands on without breaking the bank. The G6X features a 16-inch screen with a 16:10 aspect ratio. That gives you a bit more vertical space than your typical laptop screen. And with a 1920 by 1200 resolution and a 165Hz refresh rate, you're in for a smooth, pretty darn good visual experience. Now, it's not the brightest or most vibrant display out there, but it's a great match for the hardware inside. Here's what I mean. This laptop packs a Core i7-13650HX processor. And yeah, it's not Intel's very latest chip, but that doesn't really matter. It is plenty powerful with 6 P-cores and 8 E-cores. That's more than enough for your favorite games. Besides, it's got a 105-watt RTX 4060 GPU. That's a surprisingly generous power allowance for this card, so you can expect some seriously awesome performance. You can also easily upgrade this machine down the line. You've got 2 DIMM slots with up to 32GB of DDR5 4800 RAM support. There's even a spare NVMe slot, so you can easily add more than 1 TB of storage. Now, let's be clear on a couple of things. This laptop can get a bit loud when those fans kick in. That's pretty typical for gaming laptops, especially at this price point. The design is pretty standard, but I like that it's not overly gamery. You get a single-zone RGB keyboard and a good-sized trackpad. So what I am saying is the Gigabyte G6X is a great example of what a budget gaming laptop should be. It's ready to go right now, but it also gives you room to grow. Next, we've got a real winner in the 14-inch category, the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14. This isn't just a minor update from last year's model. Asus has made some major changes here. For one, the look and feel. This thing is gorgeous. It's got a brand new, all-metal chassis that's just beautiful. It's the kind of design that even makes some people question their love for the famously sleek Razer Blade. It feels fantastic, looks amazing, and it makes the G14 even more portable. We're talking just 1.63cm thickness, but that slim design comes with a trade-off. Unlike previous G14s, you can't upgrade the RAM. It's fixed at 32GB of LPDDR5X. That should be plenty for most people for years, but you know, it's nice to have options. You can swap out the SSD, but there's only one NVMe slot. So you have to switch it completely if you want to make an upgrade, which might be a pain for some. Yet, you've got to admire its stunning OLED screen that boasts vibrant colors, incredible contrast, and a visually immersive gaming experience. The practical 2880 by 1800 resolution and 16:10 aspect ratio ensures a spacious feel, even on the 14-inch display. The speakers are a real surprise too. They've added 4 tweeters and 2 woofers, and they sound legitimately good. So it's safe to say if you want a compact, powerful, and seriously stylish 14-inch gaming laptop, the 2024 Asus ROG Zephyrus G14 is tough to beat. Let's now talk about the Razer Blade 15. This is a classic for sure, and honestly, it's still one of the best 15-inch gaming laptops out there. As you can see, it nails that sleek premium vibe with this gorgeous CNC milled aluminum chassis that just feels incredible. And this version comes loaded with some serious power. You've got your choice of NVIDIA's RTX 40 series GPUs and up to a 13th gen Intel Core i9 processor. Now, you might be wondering, isn't there a newer Blade 16? There is. But the thing is, the Blade 16, though it comes with a bigger screen, is thicker in size. The Blade 15 is significantly slimmer and sleeker, and honestly, I prefer that. You also get a QHD 240Hz display, which means you will get a 2560 by 1440 native resolution. It is sharp and super responsive. Sure, it's not as fancy as some of those 1610 mini LED screens you see these days, but it gets the job done delightfully. The gaming performance is also top-notch. The 115-watt RTX 4070 inside is a beast, easily outperforming the mobile RTX 3080 from the previous Gen Blade 15. And with things like DLSS 3 and frame generation, you're getting a seriously smooth experience. The Blade 15 is also pretty well connected. It has a pair of Thunderbolt 4 ports, 3 USB 3.2 Type-A connections, a combined 3.5mm audio jack, and a full HDMI 2.1 output. But there's always a but, right? With Razer, it's the price. The Blade 15 comes at a premium. It's getting harder to find, considering it didn't receive an update during the latest Intel CPU refresh. Yet, the Blade 15 is still a gorgeous, high-performing machine. If you want that perfect blend of power and that gaming MacBook aesthetic, and you don't mind paying a bit extra, this is still a fantastic choice. And then we've got a gaming laptop that's all about the display, the Razer Blade 16. This machine has arguably the best screen you can find on a gaming laptop. Even before you open this thing up, you know it's something special. Razer only offers it with two CPU options, an Intel Core i9-13950HX or a 14900HX. That tells you right away this is a high-end machine. But the real star of the show is that 16-inch OLED display. It's got a 2560 by 1600 resolution and a 240Hz variable refresh rate. And let me tell you, it's one of the best OLED panels out there. It's hard to put into words how good this screen looks. It offers a richer, more natural look than even the best IPS panels, but isn't quite as intense as a mini LED display. So if you play games with HDR, like Cyberpunk 2077, you're in for a treat. You might never want to use another screen again. Of course, the rest of the hardware is top-notch too. Naturally, it tears through benchmarks. Although there are other RTX 4080 laptops out there that perform just as well for less. But Razer hasn't just put all the extra cash towards that incredible screen and build. The huge trackpad is super responsive, and it makes the whole experience to the user a breeze. The Blade 16 also has a distinct heft to it. It feels solid and premium, though it does make it a bit less portable. So all in all, if you absolutely must have the best screen in your gaming laptop and budget isn't a concern, then the Razer Blade 16 is the way to go. And finally, we have the Asus ROG Zephyrus G16, which takes the crown as our #1 pick. And it's mostly because of the latest AMD processor it rocks. The previous Zephyrus G16 with the RTX 4090 suffered from cooling issues, limiting performance and increasing noise. The new AMD Strix Point G16 feature solves this by using an RTX 4070, which is well suited for the chassis and paired with a new AMD Zen 5 CPU. Speaking of which, let's talk about that processor. The Ryzen AI 9HX370, an excellent mobile chip that uses a mix of Zen 5 and Zen 5C cores, similar to Intel's performance and efficient cores. But here's the kicker. With AMD, both the big and small cores are almost equally capable. You get 12 cores and 24 threads, while even the best Intel Core Ultra 9 offers 16 mixed cores but just 22 threads. The Ryzen chip actually beats Intel's best in both single and multi-threaded benchmarks, which translates to some serious gaming power. It also gets some assistance from the new Radeon 890M integrated GPU. That GPU runs on the updated RDNA 3.5 architecture. It delivers some pretty impressive 1080p frame rates. You can even boost battery life by using the integrated graphics when you're not plugged in. The RTX 4070, while not the fastest GPU at 105-watt TGP, still provides solid gaming performance at the OLED screen's native resolution. So for more power, consider the RTX 4080 version with an Intel chip. The Ryzen AI versions also come with a hefty price premium. So keep an eye out for sales on the Intel-based models. You might snag the amazing chassis and OLED screen without breaking the bank quite as much. Thanks for sticking around. For more content like this, don't forget to hit subscribe. Click the bell icon too, so you'll get notified every time we drop a new video at FlexiViews.